right, Keon Brown here in New York. Welcome, welcome. It's June 9th, 2021. Summer is in full effect. I'm Keon Brown here in New York. Thank you for joining us. We're so glad that you're able to be here. It's a great day to be an NCCU Eagle. This show is a weekly manifestation of a dream. We want to make sure that we honor our illustrious alumni all over the planet doing amazing things. And if you'd like to be a part of this show, wherever you're watching this, just go into the comments or go into the DMs and say, hey, I want to be a part of this, or I know an NCCU Eagle that should be a part of this show. Now, all we got you to do is be a financial member of the NCCU Alumni Association and commit to making a recurring gift to the university. That's it. Come on, you can do that, right? Let's bring in our first guest. We've got alumnus Deborah Sims from class of 1989. Hey, Deborah. Oh, you're muted. You might be muted, Deborah. Can't hear you, Deborah. Maybe it's me. Okay. Let's go. Sorry about that. That's Deborah Sims from 89. She'll be in a moment. Let's go right to Dr. Grady. Doctor, are you there?
I'm here.
Thank you so much for being here. You're representing class of 09.
09. We had a 10-year reunion not too long ago, and it was great. It's back by popular demand. That's what the theme was.
I know that's right. Well, 04 gives more. So what y'all doing? What's 09 doing?
We're doing a lot. Speaking of that, I'm at NCCU now teaching and giving back to my alma mater. So, we're doing a little something.
Yes, over there in Library Information Sciences. How is it over there? It's such an incredible, back when I was there, it was data information systems and things of that nature. Where are y'all and what are you doing now?
Yeah, so the program has changed significantly. So it started off as just a school of library science, and then it evolved to include information science to give that technical component where you can actually do technical things and add them to business. And so I'm a computer scientist. I teach the students in that program how to create databases, how to work with organizations to help them with the systems that they have and how to approach things from a systematic way. And so we're doing great over there and we're growing. And if you haven't been to the library in a while, they have a Starbucks on campus now, the whole dome, everything is different. And so I'm really proud to be an Eagle, and I'm proud to see the work that's happening on campus, where the campus is growing, it's beautiful, and our program is growing now too. And we have several joint programs as well that work with our program to help students achieve 2 master's degrees at the same time.
Come on, doing good work over there. Now, I had to honor you really quickly. You in 2021, you are STEM Women in Color Conclave Travel Award recipient, also Conclave Leadership Colloquium Fellowship recipient, and of course, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is honoring you for your excellence in education. Talk about some of that. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so honored. So the travel awards are great because sometimes some of my students think that I have arrived, and I'm here to tell you I have not arrived. I'm continually growing and evolving, not only as a professor, but as a scholar, in all facets. And so those travel awards that you heard, those are going to help me grow as a leader. And I'm going to learn a little bit more about what's happening in the STEM field. Now, for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, I was honored by the Mid-Atlantic region for the work that I do in education and STEM. To help young girls and women realize their potential. And so I'm very honored to have gotten those awards this year. It's still a pandemic and it's been challenging, but I think I'm doing okay, and I'm grateful to be recognized for my efforts.
Congratulations to you. Doc, how did NCCU find you?
You know what? I might have found NCCU. My father is actually an Eagle. Don't quote me on the class, I forget the class, but my father's actually an Eagle. And I had a wonderful opportunity to work at NCCU back in 2008, I believe it was 2008 or 9. I worked in the information technology department, and that was a different experience from being a student. While I was working in the IT department, that's when I decided to pursue my master's degree. And at where I work now, matter of fact, I got my master's in information science in 2009. And so I worked there, went to school there. Then I left to go get my PhD, and I came right back. So I would say Central found me, but I'm always finding Central.
I know that's right. All right, Dr. Siobhan De Grady. I hope I said that correct.
Siobhan.
Siobhan, we went over that before.
That's okay.
Thank you for correcting me. Siobhan Day Grady. Thank you so much for being here. We honor you. We're proud of you. We're grateful for the work that you're doing. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We're going to have Doc back in a moment. We are going to go to our next guest. Deborah Sims is back. Hey, Deborah, are you there?
Come on in.
We're live. Are you there?
Hello, I'm trying. Give me 1 second. Go to
There we go. We got you. We got you. How are you? We hear you loud and clear.
Hi, am I back?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Class of 89.
Sure why you
How
can't
are
see
you?
me, but I'm here.
Okay, we can see
Yes.
you, we can hear you.
I'm
Welcome.
great, and I'm so sorry about the technical.
That's okay.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, how did NCCU find you? First and foremost, how did NCCU find you?
Listen, I was a student in high school in 1985, and I had an actual spokesperson from North Carolina Central that visited my high school, invited us down to homecoming. And so I came, I enjoyed myself, and I made a decision on that weekend to become an Eagle.
Yes. Look, once they get you on campus, you don't have a choice. See, once you get there, that's it. So they got you.
That was it. That was it.
All right.
That was enough for me.
Yes, that was it. Once you smell that chicken, once you see the atmosphere, once you see the sloping hills and inverted grain, you cannot resist, and it feels like family. So, so look, let's talk about you. You do so many things, but I know that you have a boutique. I'd love for you to talk about your boutique and anything else that you might want to share tonight.
Absolutely. Well, I would have you to know that in 1985, I had an experience like a lot of students have what they would probably, well, what I call a spiritual experience. I woke up early one morning, had to be about maybe 4 a.m. And I looked out the window of Eagleson Hall, and I looked on campus, and I couldn't help but for a moment think about all those that had gone, that had come before me. I thought about the opportunity that the Lord had given me, and I thought about how special I was to be an Eagle. And then even in that brief moment, I had a vision of what an actual eagle would look like. And so my girlfriends reminded me some years ago, we met. They said, Debbie, after that, we would come to your room daily to see on your board if you stuck to what you said, because I would put up daily what I was going to wear. Always love fashion. My mother was adamant about whenever you left outside of your home, you was representing not just yourself, but her. And so she said to me, going there, I want you to dress not as a student, but for where it is that you would have to go, where it is that you want to go. Years after my mother, God rest her soul, she went on to be with the Lord. But I asked her, I said, well, Mommy, what would you have me to do with all of your belongings? Because she had so much. And she said, sell it. You are a great salesman. That's what you've been called to do. And I thought, I've been called to sell. And so my first experience came through affirmation from my mother of what it was that I needed to do. And so after going through life and working for companies, I worked for some wonderful companies, had a great career. I decided that it was time for me to do my own thing. And so the closet came as a way of expressing my desire to style other women. It was affirmed to me by my mother. So I started my first live cast on Facebook, believe it or not. Turned on Facebook Live, and my daughter and I, who is a graduate from North Carolina Central as well, we went live. And I said, come on in and shop the Closet became my theme song. And so I actually have a theme song that our community has gotten accustomed to. And so that was my first experience. 2 years later, I opened my first shop. And this year, we're going to move into our newest facility.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. You're out there in Winston-Salem. A whole family of Eagles over there.
Oh, family of Eagles.
Excellent.
A whole family of Eagles. So if I can get my son to come in here just for a moment, just so he can show his face, because he has a shop, a store as well, a chain of stores in Charlotte, North Carolina. Eagle class of 2014. This is Joshua Sims.
Okay, Brother Sims.
Come on in here, son.
Where's he at? Hey. Excellent, excellent. Now, really quickly before we go to our next guest, I wanted to know about your event planning and some of the things that you're doing from that angle as well.
Absolutely. Well, the Closet opened up opportunity for me to meet, coming from the city, I knew quite a few people here, but it opened up the opportunity for me to present the women with a yearly brunch. The brunch is called Diva Day, and it's just an opportunity for us to come in and network, and of course to empower, uplift, and motivate each other. We've had as many as 800 women, and every single brunch has sold out. And so we're looking forward to next year. We just completed out Memorial Day weekend, a successful sold out event at the lake here, a Black owned and operated lake that is called Hidden Treasure. And so we had 300 women, women and men, that decided to do the brunch with us this year. So we're looking forward to going to the convention center next year, 2022.
Come on, 2022, take it to the convention center, Diva Brunch. Come on, Diva Day Brunch.
Come on in. That's right.
Congratulations to you, Deborah Sims, from the class of 1989. All those Eagles in that household. Thank you for being here. We're proud of you.
Yes, a house full.
All right. So we'll be back with you in a moment. We're going to bring in our next guest. Thank you so much, Deborah.
Thank you.
All right, Deborah Sims. Love having a whole household. I'm a legacy too, so I appreciate having a whole family of Eagles. Homecoming be lit with the whole family. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Speaking of lit, the golden era, 2000, 2004, that whole era time frame is another classmate of mine. I love it. It's like homecoming every week over here at NCCU Live. I want to bring in the good Dr. Richard Hodges. What's up, Doc?
Hey, what's going on? How are you, Keon?
Doing well, doing well. I was telling everybody earlier, and I mentioned to you, I haven't seen you since undergrad. And I do remember you as being a singer, a very good singer with our music department. And now you're at South Carolina State as a professional voice. Congratulations to you, good sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So talk about your experience since NCCU, singing opera. What does it mean to be a Black man in opera? How did NCCU equip you to do so? And then South Carolina State. Go.
Listen, Black men in opera. What's funny is I was a unicorn during a wonderful time period. That 2002, 2006, 2007 time period is just kind of the golden age, I like to feel, of Central and coming into its roots. And so it prepared me so well to then go and leave and do some singing. I was a high school choral director for a number of years before going back to get my master's in vocal performance. And then I went to Europe and sang in Austria, and I went to the American Institute of Musical Study. And then I found myself in Las Vegas and at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and then singing with a number of different opera companies, doing some brand new opera work premieres with the Industry LA in Los Angeles and Angels Vocal Arts in Los Angeles, and singing with the Greensboro Opera Company, and kind of just traveling around, doing what I do. And then I found myself at South Carolina State as their new professor of voice. That actually started this past January. I was a visiting assistant professor at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas before that. And it's just been a great new transition back into my HBCU roots, kind of just trying to mold the next generation of amazing singers and classical artists that sometimes really go unnoticed, especially in our culture sometimes.
Excellent work, excellent journey. It's just begun. It's just begun.
Mhm.
How did NCCU find you? How did you find NCCU?
Oh, listen. So I'm not scarce of Central at all. I was not naive of Central. Um, I grew up in Greensboro, North Carolina. So of course them crazy Aggies are there, and I always knew what was going on. But it all came ahead when recruitment came to the library in Greensboro back in spring of 2002. And I just was kind of hooked from right then. And I then knew some of the professors in the music program. And so I went and auditioned and they gave me a scholarship. And I got on campus and it felt like home. And then I went to my dorm, with Chitley, old school Chitley, some good Chitley annex, shout out. And, met my friends and still friends with them today. And so Central wound up being the best part of who I am and molded me to really be able to take care of and handle all the things that I've been doing in my life.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Dr. Richard Hodges, professor of voice at South Carolina State and class of 07 from the North Carolina Central University. Thank you, good brother, for being here.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's bring in our other guests. We've got Dr. Shaban, Dave Grady, and Deborah Sims. I'm trying to get it. I'm over here like, can you do it phonetically for me, Doc?
It's good.
Shaban.
Yeah.
I got you. I can talk. I can read. Shaban. But look, one thing that my professor. First of all, it's a great day to be at NCCU Eagle. Welcome, team. Welcome. I remember freshman year. What's her? Minnie Fort, now Minnie Fort Brown, was my public speaking coach and trainer and professor. And I just remember her just making sure that we knew that your name and how you present is important. And I never forgot that because, my name's Keon, it could be a Keon, Dion, Leon. It could, people could mess it up. I just remember her being so emphatic about making sure that people knew your name, correcting them. I just remember that. And I always thought that. I always remember that as I grew in corporate America, came to New York. And maybe I'm a little culturally ambiguous, but I got to tell people who I am and how to say my name. So I respect that. Doc, thank you for your grace with me. So this is our last 15 minutes or so with you guys. I'm so grateful to have you here. It's like homecoming every week for me. So I want to start by talking about coming out of the pandemic, something that you're clear about. We've been asking this question and it's been very, very meaningful. Coming out of the pandemic in your industry, what is something that you are clear about now coming out of the pandemic? Let's start with Deborah Sims. What are you clear about now?
I am clear about this, and then so you're going to hear me in my true essence. I am a true believer, and I undoubtedly can listen. I am just unapologetic that as well. I know without a shadow of a doubt that this experience shaped. It reshaped, I'll say that, my excitement for what it is that I do. I'm in the fashion industry and even a consultant, as a stylist. There was not a need for anyone to have clothes because everyone was inside. So it gave me a chance to reshape and refocus on the need of women outside of how they would look physically outside of the home. And so I was able to kind of echo the thought that you want to feel comfortable even inside of your home. You want to still dress to impress because as we are today, all of us are inside of our what becomes day-to-day flow. And so I refocused my line of what I would sell and rethought about why it was that I was in this industry from the beginning. And so COVID did that, if not to everyone, certainly for me.
Deborah, I know that you probably saw this, but I saw that stylists and folks during COVID, when you couldn't be around each other, but photo shoots still had to happen, they would send a ring light and a camera and tell the model to set up, and then they'd be on the phone directing and styling virtually. Can you imagine how the industry has changed?
You know what, and my son is here. I keep wanting him to feed in because we both had to create, or we had to recreate the scene, and it required me to do live streams from home. So I had to myself pull on my ring light and come in. And I was telling you earlier that I have a theme song, but people were not accustomed to my household. But I had to bring all of my items in myself from the shop and actually literally put them on myself. So all the COVID weight, people had a chance to see up front and center. But that's, that's a part of, what my audience wanted to see. They wanted to see someone that put on 10, 15 pounds, show that they can be comfortable, in and out of season in what it was that I was selling. So, yeah. The industry has changed, but we had to change with it.
Be comfortable in and out of season. That's a word right there.
In and out of season.
Come on. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's go to Dr. Grady. What are you clear about coming out of the pandemic in your industry? What are you clear about? Siobhan.
Yes, thank you. Perfect. I'm clear about, I would say, boundaries. So as I mentioned before, I'm a computer scientist and I was already doing technology. So as everyone knows, everybody joined in on technology with Zoom and all the things. And so I think one thing that happened as a result of the pandemic is we have not allotted time to rest, to relax and do all these other things because we're meeting constantly. And so for me, definitely boundaries. When to say no, because I cannot do it all. So I think that's one thing that I've taken with me from this pandemic is we love Zoom and all the things, but sometimes we need to turn our cameras off and just listen auditory because it can be information overload.
Yes. Thank you for that. Boundaries. And what's it called? Zoom fatigue.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll be tired. I want to shake somebody's hand. I want to.
Absolutely. Human to human interaction is important.
We're hardwired for connection.
Absolutely. I agree.
Can you imagine being forced? Well, we are imagining we haven't, but come on. Like if you look at it over again, we were forced to not be together.
Yeah, that's true.
Against human nature. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? Anyway.
But we're still here, though. We're still here. And technology has brought us together. So I'm grateful for the technology, but we just need a balance.
Indeed. Another research topic, maybe, Doc, for some scholarly articles. Doc.
Absolutely.
All right. The other good doctor, Richard Hodges. What are you clear about coming out of the pandemic?
I'm clear that honestly, self-motivation is probably the most important aspect of kind of what we do, especially in this music world. Music, as you can only imagine, trying to still perform. I changed how I had to do voiceover work or do singing lessons. Even just hearing people, if they don't have the right speakers, then just trying to find ways to encourage people to keep going. And try to keep molding even with like not being in person, which is very difficult, especially in the music scene, where we're all about performances. I mean, right when the pandemic hit, the opera that I was premiering in LA with the industry, it was called Sweetland, and it shut down right then. And then they still found ways to do a full virtual presentation of the opera, and then we re-recorded it. But then I had to buy a new microphone because like what I recorded wasn't as great. And so I found that like that self-resilience, that grit really became important during this time period to not only keep going, but to keep evolving, keep changing, and opening up this new world, especially in the music industry.
Come on, innovation. Absolutely. Thank you for that. The show must go on. The things that people said couldn't be virtual, all of a sudden became virtual.
Exactly.
Look at that. We had an attorney on talking about, doing a trial. And I said, did you have a full suit on or did you have, some slippers on? He was hardcore. He was like, no, I was suited and booted. I was like, man, I would have been, I ain't gonna tell you what I got right now, but I ain't an attorney. So, I was like, you're solid, brother. You're solid. Legal eagle. All right. Thank you guys for that. What you're clear about. I'm so grateful. And I'm asking folks, what are you clear about, folks? Go into DMs. What are you clear about? We'd love to hear from you. What are you clear about coming out as the world is opening back up? What are you clear about? I would love to hear from you. All right, it's time for Eagles Give Challenge. Eagles Give Challenge, where we talk about giving back to the university financially by visiting eaglesgive.com. Eaglesgive.com. Take you right to the website for the university where you can make a recurring gift to the university. And I'll also ask all of our guests in this moment, will they, for the first time, or continue to make recurring gifts to the university? We'll start with Deborah Sims, class of 89. Will you make a recurring gift to the university?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't return back what the university has given to me, but I certainly will give my measure.
At least $19.10.
1910. And then I'll add another 1910 from my adults that's graduated. So that's two. Class of 14 and 16. I'll give 1910 for them too.
Thank you. Dr. Grady?
You already know. Yes, absolutely.
Dr. Hodges?
Absolutely. It's time we get back to that music program. They need it.
I'm so glad you said that, because it's very easy when you go to eaglesgive.com to select where you want. There's a drop down. You can go to wherever you want to. If your fraternity or sorority has an endowment, if you don't have a department or somewhere where you want to give, you can just go to the annual fund. Give to the annual fund. Those are soft dollars that the university can use. During COVID, they use soft money to help kids who could not go home or whatever. That's why it's important to do that. Yeah. And so if you need help with that, let me know. I can definitely support you with that. All right, that's Eagles Give Challenge. So please visit eaglesgive.com to make a recurring gift to the university. And now we're in our final moments. We're going to do our final thoughts. We'll start with, let's start with Dr. Grady. Dr. Grady, what are your final thoughts for tonight?
I had an amazing time connecting with my Eagles. I've been a life member of the association since 2015. I'm going to continue to give back to Eagle Land and be a part of the mission, which is in truth and service. So I'm going to continue to do all those things. And I enjoy connecting with all of you tonight. Like you said, homecoming every Wednesday.
Yes. Thank you for that. All right, Deborah Sims, what's your final thought for tonight?
My final thought is, as always, that I believe that North Carolina Central is the best HBCU in the land. It gave me an opportunity to see life outside of the boundaries of this city. And so I will continue to give to that which continuously give to me. I want to inspire. I'm sitting here nodding at my son in the back, that we share as much as that was given to us, to those that we know, our alumni, that maybe, kind of take for granted that we had an opportunity to be a part of an amazing family of Eagles. And so I'm going to do my part in that too, sharing not just my financial means, but educating how important it is for us to still give back to the institution that gave us, I'd like to think, a life, a beginning of it.
Absolutely. And you can give your finances, and you can give your time. You can be a mentor. You can create opportunity at your business for a young Eagle to have an internship or an apprenticeship. There's so many ways to give back. So thank you so much for that, Deborah Sims. And yes, Richard Hodges. Doc, what's your final thought?
My final thought is actually a shout out and kind of a challenge to all of the musicians and the legacy of amazing artists that have come through North Carolina Central University, especially during that golden age between like 2000 to 2006, 2007. I hope that all of you will join me in my pledge to give back so that we can make sure that the next generation of musicians have the same exact foundation of musical excellence that we had while we were at Central.
There it is. The good doctor has put the challenge out. Thank you for that. Right before we go, I want to go to the comments. I had a couple here. I can't really see who is saying it, but thank you for being in the comments. Sims, your son needs to get connected with the Charlotte Alumni Chapter there, nccucharlotte.org.
I'm a part of that Wilson chapter.
Okay.
He's a part of the Houston chapter.
Okay. All right. So they wanted to make sure the NCCU Charlotte, that alumni chapter was shouted out, which they always killing it, doing big things. Okay, Charlotte over there. Also, this needs to be shareable. Anytime that you want to see this live, just go to eaglesalumni.network. eaglesalumni.network, and you can see it live every Wednesday. So that's how you share it, eaglesalumni.network. All right, and also Sister Hoover is the president of the Winston-Salem chapter. So shout out to Winston-Salem chapter. The Sims, you're over there in Winston-Salem, so that's why people are telling you all this stuff. Okay. All right, so get your son on the show too. We'll get him on. We'll get him on later. All right. Do I have everything? I usually have some announcements. I don't. Make sure that you guys go to nccualumni.org to join the Alumni Association and find out where the chapters are nearest where you are. And remember that an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl, and you belong at NCCU. Take care, guys. Till next week. Take care.